Hey guys, welcome to the Acteri Magic channel. I'm Steve, the Acteri. Today we're going to be talking about Old Gnawbone, a recent guy out of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. He's really cool. If you haven't seen him, here he is in his glory. Before we talk about him, please want to mention that we have a combo, or actually two combos today at the end of the video. Please stick around for that, but let's get into it. Old Gnawbone is a 7-drop, 7/7 flying, 2 green, 5 generic. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to the player, create that many treasure tokens. What? So Old Gnawbone himself, he's going to, whenever he connects for 7 damage, he's going to create 7 treasure tokens that we can then use to cast more creatures and go nuts. This is a mono green commander, and so it's a big stompy commander. That's mostly how people play him, but you can play him in unique ways too. Let's talk about my honorable mentions, and we've got a lot to go over today. Let's talk about it. First up, we have Hunter's Insight. Is a 3-drop. 1 green, 2 generic, instant. Choose target creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards. Just pure gasoline. Please, please, please run Reliquary Tower in your Gnawbone list, because we're going to do a lot of this. Deal damage, draw cards. Next up, we have Goreclaw, Terror of Qualisisma. It's a 4-drop. 1 green, 3 generic, 4/3. Creature spells you control or you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Again, big green stompy. We're going to love that mana reduction. It's super awesome. Whenever Goreclaw attacks each creature you control with power 4 or greater, gets +1/1 and gains trample until end of turn. Again, adding that trample to all of our creatures and a little bit of extra power is just awesome. Now, next up on our two more honorable mentions are Choose Your Weapon and Return of the Wild Speaker. Choose Your Weapon is a 3-drop instant that says 2 weapon fighting, double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Or archery, this spell deals 5 damage to target creature with flying. We're probably not going to use the dealing 5 damage to target creature with flying often, but we are going to use that doubling the power and toughness. There's not a whole lot of double strike in green, and this is a really, really great substitute for double strike. It also doubles our toughness, which is not irrelevant. Return of the Wild Speaker is a 1 green, 4 generic that says, it's an instant, draw 4 cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. So if we have Old Gnawbone, we're going to draw 7. If we have something else stupid, you know. And then we have non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. It doesn't give them trample, but a lot of our stuff is going to have trample built in, or flying, or direct damage built in. So this is going to be a surprise, hi-ya! And we're going to just knock them out of the park. Okay, now number 6 is a spicy pick that I did not see with Old Gnawbone in the EDH rec list. It's Vivien, Champion of the Wilds. I like this card because it is a 3-drop, 1 green, 2 generic, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. Vivien, you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. What? It says all creature spells, not just green creature spells. This is so good. And it gives us a chance to also +1, target creature you control gets vigilance and reach, so we can keep our blockers up and block flying. And then -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at that card and you may cast it if it's a creature card. So Vivien doesn't have to be in play for us to be able to cast that card. Pretty cool. I like it. I love being able to cast stuff at the end of my opponent's turn. That way I have a better chance of dodging that board wipe. Number 5 on our list is Hornet Queen. Okay, now you might be wondering, like, Steven, why aren't you playing a really big creature here? Well, Hornet Queen is a pseudo-big creature. She is a 7-drop, 3 green, 4 generic, 2/2 flying, death touch. When Hornet Queen enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. These creatures are going to connect because people do not want their big, beefy flying creatures to die to a little 1/1 with death touch. So we're going to get more treasure tokens. Also, we have a lot of cards that are going to draw us cards based on combat damage dealt to opponents. So Hornet Queen is just going to make a lot of damage happen for us. And if you look back earlier, Return of the Wild Speaker, all of these 4 1/1 flying to now become 4/4 flyings. That's ridiculous. Okay, number 4 on our list, is Ghalta, Primal Hunger. It's a 12-drop, you say. It's a 12/12 flying, 2 green, 10 generic. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. A lot of times, we're just going to cast this for 2 green. It is so ridiculously good. It's just undercosted, in my opinion. Very cool card, very good. I love it a lot. Number 3 on our list, Vigor. It is a 6-drop, 6/6 trample. I said Vigor wrong on purpose. It's an elemental incarnation. It says if damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. That means we can go swinging without any kind of regard for our creatures taking damage in combat. It's so good. Whenever it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. So we're going to get it back. It's just good business. It's going to make our creatures a lot more resilient. Number 2 on our list, you might be thinking, why is this number 2, Steven? Why isn't this number 1? Hold on, my friends. Hold on. Toski is a 4-drop, 1/1, 1 green, 3 generic. This spell can't be countered. Squirrel, legendary, indestructible. Toski, Bearer of Secrets, attacks each combat if able. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Oh yes! With all of our flying that we're going to have, with all of our trample that we're going to have, we are just going to connect. We're going to have a full grip of cards all the time. Run the Reliquary Tower. Do it! So, drum roll please. And number 1 is Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. What you say? Why isn't this? Why was Toski not number 1? Well, hear me out, my friends. Selvala, Heart of the Wilds is a 3-drop, 2 green, 1 generic, 2/3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Which we're probably going to have the highest power on the battlefield, let's be honest. And then 1 green and tap. Add X mana in any combination of colors, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. I'm going to tap this for 12 mana. I'm going to tap this for 7 mana. Heck yeah, I am. This is just good business. It's going to allow us to get all of our creatures in play. Even when Old Gnawbone's not even in play, we can help get Old Gnawbone in play, and then our mana problems are pretty much over from there. This is an awesome card. Now, the next thing, I promised you guys some combos. I meant we're going to have some combos. We're going to need some mana to get to where Old Gnawbone. Once we have Old Gnawbone in play, things are gravy. But until we do, let's talk about emptying our hands. Interesting. So let's have an infinite mana combo with Karmetras Acolyte and Staff of Domination. Karmetras Acolyte, if you're not familiar, is a 1 green, 3 generic, 1/4. It says tap, add an amount of green mana to your mana pool equal to your devotion to green. This is just going to tap for a lot. Now, in order to go infinite, we need at least 4 green pips on the battlefield. So Karmetra counts as 1, so we need 3 more. And then we need Staff of Domination. Staff of Domination, you can read it, but it says 3, tap, untap target creature. This isn't infinite. Oh well. Anyway, it says, oh wait, it is infinite. So we need actually 5 pips. Actually, 5 pips, because we're going to have to spend 1 of those mana to untap Staff of Domination. Once we have 5 pips of green mana, then we can go infinite for untapping Staff of Domination. Then we untap Karmetras Acolyte over and 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 over. You can tell I've never played with this card because I don't own it. Anyway, so next up, last on my list, this is a really fun combo that I love. This is super, super budget, and the next one is Infinite Creatures. Lane Dennison is a 4-drop, 1 green, 3 generic, 2/3. Whenever another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Sweet. So if I have Hornet Queen come into play, I'm going to have 5 1/1 counters to distribute with Lane Dennison. Sounds good to me. But wait, Herbalith is a 5-drop, 4/4 for 2 green and 3 generic. It says whenever one or more 1/1 counters would be put on Herbalith, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. So whenever Herbalith comes in play, we give it a 1/1 counter with Lane Dennison. Herbalith is going to get that 1/1 counter and make a green beast. Green beast is going to come into play, and we're going to target Herbalith with the new 1/1 counter. And rinse and repeat, and infinitely. We are going to go attack on Titan! I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, I hope you like that. I hope you guys can share and subscribe. Please help comment in the description of the things I missed, things that you like to include in Old Gnawbone, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.